Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today, in today's session, we are going to talk about uh, new unit, new subject we can say, and that is structure and union. Today, we'll see the simple introduction and the coding part of the structure. Then we'll go in detail with some other pointers and arrays and many others. There. First, let's see what is the structure. You can put the comment in the comment box or chat box if you have. So, what is a structure? When we talk about the structure, so structure simply says that so it's a data type, and that data type allows us to group related data items, maybe similar or the dissimilar data items under a single name. Means we use single name to store multiple types of data at the variables. We can also say it is defined by the user. And what is the purpose of the structure to use in our programming? Simply to organize the data, the complex data structures, and very convenient and the logical matter. If we want, then we can use a structure. So primary purpose it can be organization, and so for proper organization, the data retrieving and the data storing, we can use the structure. Organize related data items into single logical unit. Like if we have employee data, uh, we can create a structure like employee, and we can include some members like the variables name, id, salary under the same name. Next it can be the data abstraction. Sometimes whatever we need we can show, and if that is not needed we can hide that, so that becomes data abstraction, and that is provided by the structure. So it is a way to define abstract data type. Means if it is not needed, hide it. If it is needed, then show it. So that becomes abstraction. By encapsulating related variables into the structure, we can hide the implementation data. It's how that is working. We hide it. If it is needed, we can show it. So that becomes a data abstraction, and that is also supported by the structure. Next is we can pass complex data to the functions. Means using structure we can pass that structure to functions for further process. We can call it, we can pass the pointers, etc. We can do it easily. Instead of passing multiple variables individually, we can simply pass a structure containing multiple members of the variables at same time. Means multiple variables are not needed. Next is storage memory efficiency. So storage and memory efficiency means it helps us to define custom data layouts that can optimize storage and the memory usage. By grouping related variables together, we can minimize the wastage memory and the improve data locality, which can result in more efficient memory usage and the better performance. So that also can be done. We can see here using the data accessor in the restructure unit. Enhancing code readability. It simply says that actually the code it becomes more readable, more manageable uh, by defining the structure with meaningful member names. So these all are the purposes of we can say that structure. Now, next unit is how we declare the structure. So to declare the structure, we follow following syntax. Syntax is use the struct keyword, give the structure name, like if there is book, we can give the book. If there is employee, we can give the employee. And it says on body part, like opening and the closing bracket. Push a semicolon here. Now give the data type first member. Actually, these are also the variables, but in this instance, and union we say members. So this is the member one. This is the member two with this data type. At last, put the semicolon. Next is here example. Like we are going to define a person structure. So person is here. Its structure name means creating a block, opening and the closing bracket. Here is the first member. Here is the second member. So we have two members, and these two members we can use it. This is how we declare. So we have two options. Either we can define this structure inside the main function or outside the main function. This is the main. And after that, to access these members, we need a variable. That variable either we define here or we can define some other way. So that is detailed here. After declaring this, so we can create variables of the structure type. For that, we have two choices: give the name of structure and give the name of variable. Give the name of structure and give the name of variable. So this is the first choice, and second choice is the directly put this variable, right? Where just here we'll see after some time using the programming. So it's very simple to use a variable. Now next is there a type def. A type def we'll discuss later what this type def stands for. Type def it shortens the variable declaration in that structure component. This is also applicable if we use type def means name is not needed here. Just put the type def star and give the name. Now it becomes a structure, and whenever we need any variable, just put the variable name with this structure. Means we don't need to write from the struct keyword. So this is how we do. Let's see the same part with the help of example like in Dev C++ compiler. So if you have any confusion, just put your confusion chat box. I'll be replying that. If you don't have, fine. Let's see here. Let's open the compiler. If you are also watching it, then you can write with me. So structure concept. Now let's put a structure block here. Struct. Let's put here book, the person, for person. Now, so it person ID, yeah, person name. So here it's we create a block for the struct person, and we are using two. You tell me. Fine. So these are the members. So this is the first member. First member, and this is the second member. So first member and second member. Now variable we have not declared, so let's put a variable. Suppose if we put the variable here, sorry, let's put a variable here. So this is a variable, and this variable helps us to access this member. So this is the first choice we can use, and second choice is instead of writing this one, we can write in this way: struct person. Let's give person1 as a variable. Now this is also way of writing. So this is the person1, and this person1 is a variable for this struct person. Okay, so we have two ways of writing. So if we declare variable here, then it becomes global. Like, let's put the main function here. We can see now this variable, this variable is a global variable. It can be accessed from main function. This is a structure block, and if we declare this variable inside the main function, then all other user-defined functions they cannot use it. So it's actually the definition part of the structure. So this is how we define the structure. Now next is there uh, uh, how to define it. So it was about the uh, structure creation. Let's go for the initialization of variables. So how to initialize the variable members? Let's go for that. Let's save it. Next is uh, so initialization. So let's go for initialization. Now we have two choices. So to initialize that, we can put the values here inside the opening and closing. First is ID. Let's put the 12, and next is the name. So let's put the name Dennis. So this is the initialization part. This is how initializing is done. We can also put same value over here. It also can be put here. Now if we want to access that, so how we can put in this printf id equals to d and name equals to this. Let's put the variable name person1 dot id person1 dot name. Let's put here return 0. Let's save it. Let's run the program. If there is a bug, we will correct that. So here is the output by the program. So ID is 12 and name is Ramesh. I hope you also about the initialization of this one. If you have any confusion or doubts, just put in the chat box. If you don't know, find it. Okay. Uh, so this is how we initialize this. So this is the initialization part for this variable. We can also initialize this part here. It's fine. And to access these all the members, what we need there? We need this dot. We need this dot. In this way we work. So it's very simple for the initializing. And now second choice is there. We can also do that. Let's take these all the parts from here. Let's do cut and paste, and let's put inside the main function. So this is also a way we can use. So this is also a way to use in our program. Let's save it. Let's run. So here is the output. Same output we are getting. There is no change in output, but the mechanism is different. Means now it becomes local for the main. When it was outside the main, it was global. I hope you understood what this initialization of structure. Now let's go to the next topic. Next topic is uh, we can also initialize the value in this way. Structure person2 and the age and the name equals to Janice. So we can serve person2 by spread the values of the age directly and members using designated initializers. So means simply if we put dot, then it will work there. So let's see. So let's put the variable name here. Uh, so that's PID. So PID equals to this one, and next is P name. Let's put P equals to this one. So this is how also we can initialize the value. So S equals to and dot name equals to. So here is and here is. So it is not written here. So this is also a way to initialize the value. So designated initializer, which is called, we just saw here, by specifying the values of the age and the name using designated initializer. So in this way also we can initialize the value. Let's run. If there is any bug, we'll see. So here is the output. So this is called designated initializers. So there are multiple ways to initialize the value. Which one you like or which one you understood? If you have any confusion, just read your question, put in the chat box. I'll give the answer. If you don't, fine. Yeah. So it was about the structure initialization. Next is mm, accessing. I just said that to access the members we have to use the period operator. So we have already done it. So this is the dot operator or the period operator. To access we need it. Without that we cannot access any members. So how we have done, again let's open the same program. Here we can see we are using dot. Here we can see here is dot. And using this we can access these are the members. If we don't put, then we cannot access them. So it's very simple there. So next is also there. Now we can also put the value in this way, copying and paste. Like let's write same program using a different technique. So going to save with a different name, initialization 1.c. Let's save it. Now suppose we are not going to assign the value in this way. Let's delete it. So here is let's keep the ID first. So version 1 dot id, sorry, PID id equals to 12. Next is here version 1 dot p name equals to, let's keep one value here, program. Now let's run from here. Let's see as it will display any bug or not. So we can see directly we cannot assign value to the member. So what we need there, for this we need to uh, use strcpy, that is a string handling function. Comma, so it became equals to sign. Here is the output we can see. So this is also a way, and if we don't want to initialize the value by putting inside the braces, so this is also way, means assigning one by one id equals to 12, and directly we can assign a string to this member of structure. For that, if that is string, we have to put the strcpy, and obviously for strcpy we need here include string.x. It's very simple, and we have to run the program. So this is also a way. So there are many ways. Which way you like, you can use it in your program. So designate initializer, so curly braces initializer, individual initializer. So these all are the initializers. I hope you are sure about this initializer. So any question, just tell me. No question, fine. Now let's talk about next topic here. So it's very simple. Now let's go for the input. Let's do input for the same, then we'll go for the nested. So what is this? I'm going to save it with the input, save as structure input, C, save it. So for input, nothing we have to do here. Let's delete this part, or let's make it comment. Now let's put here, so printf intro id scanner id, then here is person1 dot id, sorry PID, PID. Okay. Next is here enter name scanner. So as here is person1 dot p underscore name. So this is also way to do the input. Now let's run. So enter id, suppose id is 231, name Ramchandra. Just give a Ram. So here is the id is 231 and the name is Ram. In this way we can go for the input. I hope you are sure about this one. And for the remaining topic we will be discussing in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll be talking about the nested structure. Similarly, mm, array structure, also how to give multiple inputs there. And there are many parts, structure pointers, pointer topic we'll discuss about this one. And we'll see some more programs, so how to pass the structure in a function as an argument, we'll also see that. Next is the returning structure, how to return that value, we'll also see that. There are many parts we have to discuss in this, and these all are the important parts whenever we write a program. And usually we'll also be talking about the union. So keep tuning and just share with your friends. Uh, and if you like the video, just go for subscription, subscribe it, share it, say hi, hello, and if any question, just write in the chat box. Thank you. Take care.